Hello, kiddies. It's your old pal, John Kassir, the voice of the Crypt Keeper, and I'm listening to my good fiend, Jake Farmer, on Farmeritaville.
Greetings, campers. Welcome to Farmeritaville. It's that time of year again. Texas Frightmare Weekend, the Southwest premier deodorant commercial and horror convention. I'm very excited to be here. We're in a new venue this year. This is at the Irving Convention Center here in Las Colinas. That's it for my intro. We're just gonna dive in and check out all the cool shit that's inside. Texas Frightmare Weekend 2023, let's do it. The Irving Convention Center architecture definitely makes it look like it's from a sci-fi movie. Like, you get up inside there and look out of all the metal mesh work and stuff. It looks even weirder the higher you go. Cool place though, very nice, very spacious. Look at the line just to get in. Okay, things are rocking, and now we're just moseying around the floor, see what we can see who we can see, and yeah, we'll just see what's going on the show floor. So sorry.
All those normal people in the wrong industry.
I'm walking around the show floor, and it's busy, it's healthy, but you know what though? Like, it doesn't feel like the old room. There's so much more space in here. Literal elbow room. You're not running into people. It doesn't feel like you're on a mosh pit. From what I've seen so far, the lines are not that bad. You've got, you know, like I think your Raimi's right here behind me. That's a long one. John Carpenter's chained up in his own little dungeon upstairs, so I have no idea what that situation's like, but they always put the A-listers far off and they get special treatment when you know they're gonna draw like a huge crowd. So yeah, we're just moping around, checking it out. Show's running, floor's open, let's do it. I love these. One of these might go home with me. These are all black light art. Okay, I couldn't resist. Frank is going home with me. Blacklight Frank. Awesome art from Rotten Apple. Totally cool stuff. Had to make a run over to the parking garage. I found one celebrity that I wanted to meet, Alex Winter. Catch you later, Bill and Ted. And Freaked. And Lost Boys. He was in the Lost Boys. So yeah, I had to do a run to put stuff in the truck, so that's what I'm doing, and then we're gonna head right back over.
Well, look, all three Villains Head movies are really independent movies. They were never made by major studios. Major studios have never taken an interest in them. They're very idiosyncratic. Despite the challenges that presents to us getting them made, we like it that way.
Yeah.
And when we went to make the third, even when we pitched it to MGM years before it got made, Keanu and myself and the two writers went in to pitch the heads of MGM. We were like, look, we only want to do this if it's weird. We only want to make our movie. We'll figure out a way to make it so it's not super expensive. And they were like, great, you know. And then 12 years later, they still hadn't given us any money. So we understood what that great meant. Please leave. So it was a long road to get made, and we eventually got all the financing together. I think we talked about this a lot. A lot of it was fan driven. Like what happened was word got out. It was like a snowball effect. The fans were like, "What the hell's going on? Why aren't you guys making this movie?" And that helped the financiers and the studio realize there was an appetite for it. And that's what ultimately did get it made. So it was kind of a fan-driven thing, which was great. And we had a really good time making it. It was really hard to shoot, but it was really fun. One really quick anecdote. We were sitting there like on week one, and all Bill and Ted do in all three Bill and Ted movies is run around like constantly. It's like 14 hours every shoot day. That's basically what we do, and then we go to bed. And I was looking at Reese, he looked absolutely exhausted. I was like, you can't be more tired making this than making a Wick movie. I was like, that's not possible. Like, all you do, it's just you. And all you do for 2 hours is run around shooting people. He's like, no. He's like, no. He goes, I have like a weapon I can stand behind, and it does most of the work. He's like, I have nothing here other than my Ted hair. And we were pretty exhausted, but it was really fun. So then we got to COVID, and the studio, quite rightly, were really scared. Not only was COVID had it killed the industry, but we immediately said, hey, let's just throw it out on digital, and they were not used to that. Like very few studios release digitally, like primarily. A couple did. Universal's good at it. I don't know if anyone else even did, besides them. And we were like, look, like, because they were like, let's stick the movie on a shelf, let's wait for this to end, it'll only be 6 months. We were like, it's not going to be 6 months. COVID's not going away in 6 months. They were still in total like petrified delusion mode. And so we convinced them to back it up. We were like, look, the fans basically got this movie made, we need to release it to them. It's not really fair to hold on to it for another year. And honestly, it'll play great digitally. People are stuck at home most of it. I mean, some people went to the theater, but we wanted people to not have to go to the theater, right? And it ended up doing really, the movie did really well. Yeah, it did really well. But it was because the fans kind of got behind it.
Yeah, all of you. Yeah. So we'll go all the way back to the beginning, when you and Keanu, had you met pre-auditioning, or is that when you met?
No, but the movie it was such a long audition process that we became really close friends in the audition process.
Yeah.
We eventually, they were auditioning every kid in town over and over and over and over again. He and I were both East Coast actors, came up in theater, both rode motorcycles, both played bass, and we just hit it off.
Yeah. But I read something interesting that I never heard, was that you originally both auditioned, or they had you audition for the reverse parts. So you auditioned for Ted and he auditioned for Bill.
Yeah, I'm trying to untangle this knot, because Keanu remembers it differently than me. But to be fair to Reeves, he has a better memory than me too. You're probably right. But I do know that we audition for both all the time.
Yeah.
And you do that when you're acting a lot, when you're dual role. They just give you size for the dual. You just do whatever. They just want to see you read stuff.
Yeah.
So I had read for Ted a bunch of times, he had read Bill's stuff a bunch of times. I think we were just, the process was so shell-shockingly long that by the time we got cast, we just didn't even remember where it landed. But this is true. Is that when we were called into the producer's office, when we finally got the role, Keanu looked totally morose. This is really like a scene out of the movie. Is that how we had to relate? And I was like, dude, what's wrong? He's like, well, I'm playing Ted. And I was like, so what? He's like, well, I thought I was playing Bill. I was like, dude, you could totally play Bill. The characters are completely interchangeable.
It's got fun hair, one's got dark hair. That's it.
I have no idea what difference there is. You can play the ampersand.
That was very cool, listening to the panel with Alex Winter. He talked about Bill and Ted and Freaked and his experience as a filmmaker and some new documentary stuff he's working on. And seems like a really warm, cool guy. And I swung by his booth and met him on the floor, got a photo. So now I've got like the Bill S. Preston Esquire Farmeritaville photo. If an escalator has to be shut off, I'm glad it's the one that goes down instead of up.
And how easily they get destroyed. So we want to make stuff that we would be looking for to last. You could come, yeah, you could drop it. One thing. Got any words of advice to offer people, Father Evil?
Say your prayers. Dear sinners, we meet here today to witness a sacred ceremony, the union of Jeff and Jennifer. With great reverence, we come together to celebrate the love and devotion shared by these two children of the powers that be. I, Jeff, give you, Jennifer, this ring as a symbol of my love. With this ring, I thee wed.
With this ring, I thee wed.
Jeff, you may now kiss your bride.
I try to shoot these videos in order because it makes editing them easier, but if you know anything about filmmaking or crappy YouTube video making, you know nothing gets shot in order for the most part. So I don't know where we are in this video, I don't know what's going on right now, but I do know I've seen a lot of excellent cosplays, which makes me think it's gotta be time for a cosplay montage.
Hello, kiddies. It's your old pal, John Kassir, the voice of the Crypt Keeper, and I'm listening to my good fiend, Jake Farmer, on Farmeritaville.
It's not getting any cooler than that. Well, it has been a successful day at Texas Frightmare 2023. I wound up with even more cool artwork that I didn't plan on buying. I got a lot of cool knickknacks for the house. I met Alex Winter. I met John Kassir, the voice of the Crypt Keeper. I got to hang out with friends. I had a few drinks. It was a blast. And I got to say, overall, I do like the new venue better. This being the first year at Irving Convention Center, I think it's a lot more peaceful. It's a lot easier to navigate, get around. So definitely don't miss it if you're in town. Come back next year for Texas Frightmare Weekend. And in the meantime, thank you for watching. Go do stuff. Just go do stuff. I don't care what it is. Go do stuff. Live life. Be good. Thanks for watching. See y'all soon.